losers finals. Let's get into it. We're going Griseous versus Gigglezz. Going back to the Ridley.
Yeah, we saw it in all of the sets before the last one. It was basically all Ridley. And again, that makes sense because, like, Falcon kind of a hamster character, and so you're in a situation where Ridley can really abuse that, and a lot of the disjoints that Ridley has in neutral can also be really useful in this matchup.
Oh, and yeah, I really like the spacing game that Griseous is playing. You know, he's not letting Gigglezz get close to him. Gigglezz, you know, he's whipping a side beam neutral, completely unable to get close right now. He's being kept out by these long down tilts, long F tilts. It's a constant hit and run game being played by Griseous right now. I'm liking it. But as soon as Gigglezz gets in, this might just be it. Just converts.
Yep.
What the hell? Just converts. Center stage, you're dead. 40% before the grab.
Yeah, like he tried DIing out, but unfortunately he's massive. So
I guess it down there? No.
you got to really watch out. But this is where you can get your mileage, those ledge traps. Again, you've got the disjoints, and it makes it so much more awkward for Gigglezz to just find a way in off of the ledge, running into the wall that is Ridley's tail.
This spacing game is just so immaculate, so composed as well. Isn't going for anything too much. You know, he's got his opponent at 219. Doesn't care. He's going to keep nickel and diming until he gets that final kill. That's exactly what you have to do. You know, if your opponent's in the corner, can't hit you, what does it matter what percent they're at? Until this happens, and now Gigglezz with rage. That could have been knee. I guess not. Gigglezz doesn't go for it, and
yeah, I mean,
and suddenly it's actually looking very precarious. The Gigglezz is at 227. You know, he's got infinite rage. That won't even be a kill. He misses the up tilt. Down throw. Never seen that kill.
Yes, it's pretty rare. Yeah, well.
And yeah, now Gigglezz actually looking at a lot of extra credit on this Ridley. I've never seen, Griseous do? I've never seen him switch mid-set against Gigglezz. He always like chooses his character.
I think he did a while ago. He switched from like Ridley to Seth.
To Seth, oh. Why don't we switch between Ridley and Mewtwo? Is that like illegal?
I don't know. I feel like there's like it's such a big like mentality shift. It must be like kind of difficult to do. And also like, I don't know, maybe he's accepted that Mewtwo is in a solution.
I mean, he was doing it recently and
yeah, exactly, right? But before that, he hadn't even used Mewtwo once. So.
Ooh. It's starting to look a little bit better for Griseous, who is at deficit. And that would just be the knee. Yeah,
the other problem is, you know, I mentioned that Falcon is kind of a hamster, but Ridley, yeah, he's got an okay disadvantage because his recovery is really annoying to contest, but the fact is he's massive and light, which is an ongoing theme with Griseous' character pool. Yeah. They're all like that, so there's no real option.
I don't know how he manages to play this many characters. We've got Sephiroth, Mewtwo,
and they all have the same floor, even though
they're all mid-tiers. Why would you play three mid-tiers?
They're all like as light as Pikachu, but massive. Like
he only plays one archetype, man. He plays these big glass cannons. They aren't really cannons, but they're definitely glass. Jackie fumbling with the score. But yeah, going to Hollow Bastion, seeing a change of stage. And
well, yeah, I mean, if you're Gris here, what you want to do is just control the space under that platform. You've got the disjoints to do it, and you've got Fireball to do it as well, if you have to. And that can make things a little bit more awkward for Gigglezz to find a way in. You can see he's already like, he's not even ledge trapping, he's just standing under the platform because he really wants to control that space.
Gigglezz actually banned this stage against me. I was quite surprised. It's a pretty good Falcon stage. Oh my god!
It is, but what? That's outrageous. But what I will say is that it's probably a better Min stage, because if Min sits under that platform, it's really awkward for Falcon to get.
Oh, Gigglezz, this is what I like to see. Going for these edge guards, putting pressure on off stage. But that side B will do it. Oh, it won't. Wow, surprising. 150 post hit, still lives.
It's wild how that works, by the way. Like, how quick you can mash out depends on the percentage difference between you and Ridley.
Really?
Yeah. So, the fact that carried full stage is because he's at 50 and Ridley's at, and Gigglezz is at like 120 something.
I'm not gonna lie, I get carried full stage by that move every time. I feel like mashing out that move is like really impossible. Ooh! Speaking of impossible, that confirmed didn't look very possible, but somehow Gigglezz making it work and getting that stun very quickly.
Nice use of the armor. Getting straight back into it. Really good patience from Griseous in the corner there.
Griseous is playing some good neutral, man. It's really good. He's just not quite getting the kills as fast as Gigglezz does.
Yeah, he's not doing that. This game, what a kill!
He just gets outplayed for like a couple of minutes. And
but that's the game, right? Like, so much of this game is about advantage and what you can do, and if you're Gigglezz and you're pushing your openings more, like, that's it.
Yeah, for sure. F / coming out. Gigglezz a little bit greedy with that disadvantage, going for jump over down air, and Griseous fully reading that. I mean, easy pickup, and now it's it's not so certain, but I definitely think Griseous needs to take this game if he wants any sort of foothold in this set.
Really careful here, and again, really good control here, just limiting Griseous a little bit.
And that's so scary. Every time you recover to ledge, you're playing a lottery.
Yeah, I mean, I will say that Ridley's recovery is kind of annoying to contest there.
Yeah.
Unless you have to go over the side. That's massive.
Wait.
Whoa!
What are we doing?
No, he saves him.
But what else could he have done?
Did he have any extra jumps?
No.
No. Yeah, I don't know what else he could do there.
I guess he didn't expect Gigglezz to be dead, but you know, forced to save his opponent there.
Well, it's really good drifting from Gigglezz to say, "Oh, I know I'm not dead, but you have to save me now because you're lower than me."
Yeah, for sure. You know, I don't know if he did. I mean, I do that on purpose quite a lot. So perhaps Gigglezz also did it on purpose. Perhaps he just got a little bit lucky. Ooh, in that back air, barely connects. Griseous is getting that much needed game.
Yeah, really, really good catch from Griseous.
I'm just trying to find a place to chill.
Yeah, really solid stuff from Griseous in that set. And again, a lot of it wasn't even like, it wasn't the kind of the big stuff that you sometimes associate with Ridley, where he hits like some dumb frame trap and just die.
Doing Mezcool type of stuff. Mezcool plays Ridley like it's Captain Falcon. It's kind of funny. But,
interesting pick. This is a good stage for Ridley. It's a really good stage for Falcon.
yeah, I don't like the scene. I mean, just having the wall jump, you know, like when recovery is one of your biggest weaknesses, having that wall jump is so annoying, and having those platforms to combo off of is probably really good. So,
Yeah.
I do think it's like an excellent stage for Falcon. Also, the open space is good. It can run at you.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
character is not afraid to run at you and dash attack or dash grab, so having this this open space where you can't really like use platforms to move around in the middle is very good.
For so many characters, the worst part about Kalos is that the blast zones are so big that you can't like get your
Yeah, you can't
bullshit.
get those kills.
But with Falcon, it's like a lot less of an issue because you can get all those platform extensions.
You know what? Griseous is not off to the worst start.
Yeah, really even game so far. And again, I'm sure this is a decent stage for Ridley. I think the wall, like being able to attack off the wall and not being as worried about the spike is nice. And the blast zones being big does still help him a bit. Like, I get why you might leave this open, but it definitely feels like Eagles is cow pick.
Sure, and we'll see if Gigglezz can take advantage of his own counter pick. It's a bit damaging when they choose to take someone to a stage and they get the lead in the first stop. But
Yeah, I mean, and it's just really patient play from Griseous, right? He put him in the corner, he didn't let him out. And not having those platforms in center stage means that you not got as many options to kind of mix things up. But if Griseous wants to dash back and F tilt, comes a little more, gets a build. Tries to go that slingshot knee, but not going to quite work. Now comes the back air, not going to kill. Again, a lot of raw kill moves aren't going to kill nearly as early.
Yeah, and you know, a huge one is that RB. RB just is not going to kill. It's barely going to kill ever, right? And Gigglezz really relies on that sense. Back air even, not doing it. And suddenly it's looking much more Griseous favourite than you'd like to admit. Back air on that platform catch. And yeah, suddenly all the advantage that you could imagine that Gigglezz might want out of Kalos, it's all fading. He's getting the disadvantages instead.
Exactly. Finally gets that kill, but he's taken 106% for his troubles. Griseous looking to take advantage of that. Trying to keep him in the corner again. Really using the space that Kalos affords, but he did corner himself a little bit. Reversals. He just can't quite find a way in. Really patient disadvantage from Griseous.
A great recovery from Gigglezz, honestly.
They've all been great. Like,
yeah, and that is the big advantage, right? You have so many more mix-ups off stage, having that wall jump. I doubt it will do it. It's surprising.
Yeah, really solid mix. Like, it's very rare that you see something like that in a set because it's one of those sort of traditionally bad options. But to pull it out once or twice a set, especially just to make your opponent think about it a little bit more and say, oh well, I have to consider this now. Maybe being below Ridley is a bit scarier than it would normally be. Definitely forces your opponent to just think a little bit more about that extra mix-up.
Ooh, doesn't quite confirm. He did the rising down there. And, it is looking a little bit better for Gigglezz. You can definitely take stocks quickly. No one's doubting him on that. But
yeah.
But it's all about this resource that is the stock, right? If it's the last stock, suddenly it's anyone's game. But if Griseous can just keep whittling away this last stock without losing his own, it's a lot harder to take yourself back into the game.
His defensive game has been so solid. He's just been nice. He's just catching overshoot after catching overshoot and just really, really good awareness of when Gigglezz wants to approach and what he wants to approach with. He sat there and he controlled that game from minute one, just through disjoints and through defensive awareness and solidity. Really controlled performance from Griseous. You know, in contrast to sort of the chaos that Gigglezz usually brings to things. Oh, it's the auto updater.
Ridley,
I thought I was going to see Ness for a second. I was like, not looking good. Alright, off we go again. Stage pick will be interesting. It is Smashville. If you're Griseous, I guess you can control that space under the platform, but if you're Gigglezz, like, going to a stage that is a lot smaller will probably help. Because a lot of what Griseous has been doing is just controlling space with those disjoints, and having a lot less room to do that is going to be really useful.
It's another Captain Falcon stage. Right? But it is a similar layout to Hollow Bastion, and we did see Griseous quite keen on Hollow Bastion earlier in the set.
Well, again, a lot of it is just about controlling that space under the platform, and when your defensive game is really solid, like, that can be really useful, but
we really haven't seen, since game one, we just haven't seen many Gigglezz crazy confirms. Like, Griseous has done very well to just not get hit by the right starters, and that'll be a first stock straight to Griseous, and now it's just looking terrible.
yeah. I mean, he can just tell what Gigglezz is looking for, and he's got really great awareness, and he knows what disjoints to use to stuff them out, and Gigglezz just hasn't been able to get anything going in the set. Beautiful movement there. And again, just really controlling the pace of this game, slowing it right down to suit him. I feel like, and I don't mean that in like a derogatory way, right?
Yeah,
like, I think there's a lot of value in being able to slow down.
That's what you want to do. You don't want Captain Falcon to run all over you. Play your pace.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with like the pace that these two both like to play at. You know, like I think Gigglezz is so comfortable when the game gets hectic.
Ooh, that Zagi was devastating.
Although the last set was close, I think a lot of where Gris might recognise that he failed was that he didn't control the pace, and it was hectic and it was back and forth.
Yeah.
And the last game especially, like, is so controlled.
Yeah, so much control coming out on the part of Griseous, and it's going to take something crazy for Gigglezz to get himself back into it at this point, because he is really down. You know, Griseous has just played such confident, oppressive neutral, and it doesn't look like there's a way back into it. I mean, he's still doing it, he's still just dashing back casually and with punishing over and over. Goes for that, goes for the clip.
Yeah, there's a bit more confidence now from Gris.
No, not even a bit. So much confidence, it's ridiculous. But can Gigglezz even going for reads at this point? Not even going for 2 combos. And it just looks like there's no way back into it. But it just isn't. Griseous closing that door, and that'll be him stamping his ticket to grand finals.
Yeah, what an amazing performance, especially in contrast to that first set where, again, like, so much of it, like, it was very close, but so much of it was